Huh? Today we will be solving the exercise number 8.1. See the question number 1. Find ratios of the A 5 rupees to 550 paisa, B 15 kg to 210 grams, 9 meters to 27 centimeters, and then 30 days to 36 hours. Now, as I explained before, when you find the ratio of the two quantities, the first thing, they should be of a same kind. Yeah, so here this is both are currencies, but their unit of measure should be same. So here it is rupees, in here it is paisa. Either we convert paisa to rupees or rupees to paisa. Unless and until we don't bring both the quantities to same measure of unit, we can't find the ratio. So what I am doing while solving A, I say rupees 5 equals to 1 rupee equal to how many paisa? 100 paisa. So 5 into 100, that is equal to 500 paisa. So therefore, what I am looking for, 500 paisa divided by 5 paisa, 50 paisa. So that comes out to be 5 ones are 5, 5 tens are 15. So 10 by 1, that's 10 as to 1. Yeah. So every 1 paisa, there is a 10 paisa here. Yeah. So the ratio is 10 as to 1. Now in case of B, we have a kgs. Yeah, 15 kg I need 210 grams. Now 1 kg equals to 1000 grams. Therefore 15 kg comes out to be 15 into 1000 grams. That is 1500 grams, 15,000 grams. Now I can compare this, now I can find the ratio between 15,000 and 210 grams. So I write 15,000 divided by 210. So then I say 3 sevens are 21, 3 fives are 15. Right, and then the ratio comes out to be 500 as to 7. Yeah, now let's look at the third one, C1. So here the 9 meter equal to 27 centimeter. Now 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. Yeah. So now 9 meters comes out to be 9 into 100 centimeter. Therefore 900 centimeter. So my ratio I need to find is 900 divided by 27. So 9 threes are 27, 9 ones are 9. So here it comes out to be 100 as to 3. Yeah. So these are my A, B, C. I am leaving the problem B for you, or due to the lack of space. But over here again, if I want to size, I'll solve it over here. Yeah. So now let's say D I solve here. 30 days, 36 hours. So I say 1 day equals to how many hours? 24 hours. Therefore 30 days equals to 30 into 24 hours. So 720 hours. Yeah, and then 36 hours. So I say 720 divided by 36, 36 ones are 36, 66 twos are 72. So it comes out to be 20 as to 1. So ratio is 20 as to 1. So now what we learned from this particular question 1, that when we find a ratio of two numbers, one, the both quantities should be of a same kind, and secondly, the unit of measure of the both quantities should be same. So if it's not same, make them same and then find the ratio. Now this is question number 2. In computer lab, there are 3 computers for every 6 students. Yeah, which is very familiar situation you all must be having. So how many computers will be needed for 24 students? Now we use the same method. Just really, let's consider X computers needed for 24 students. So therefore, how we are going to present this? This is computer, and this is students. So 3 computers, 6 students. Now I have X computers, 24 students. So the ratio has to be maintained same. Why I am taking equal C? Now, so my X divided by 24 is equal to 3 divided by 6. Yeah. So see, why I am taking equal sign, as I have to mention this same ratio. You need to understand why I am taking equal sign, because I need to maintain this ratio. I can't change that now with initially what they said 3 computers for 6 students. That means on each computer there will be 2 students. I have to maintain this ratio. That's the reason the equal sign comes here. Yeah, you might be having question why we are taking equal and on what basis we are taking equal, as we are maintaining the same ratio. So the ratio is for 3:6. We need to maintain same for the x as to 24. Now I'll transpose this 24, which is divided on the left hand side, to the right hand side. So my next step will be x equals to 3 divided by 6 into 24. Again, when 24 is divided on the left hand side, when you transpose it onto the right hand side, it becomes multiplied. So 6 ones are 6, 6 fours are 24. So x equal to 6 fours are 3 fours are 12. So therefore you write it in a words. 12 computers needed for 24 student. Now the question 3. The question is, the population of Rajasthan is 570 lakhs. 1 lakh is equal to 100,000. Population of UP is 1660 lakhs. Area of Rajasthan is a 3 lakh kilometer square. So we have already studied what is area and why it is being called in square kilometer or square meter. You already understand that. So there should not be any difficulty understanding this. Area of Rajasthan is 3 lakh kilometer square. Area of UP is 2 lakh kilometer square. So there are 2 sub questions. First, how many people are there per kilometer square in both the states? So let's solve the first part. Now I say let's consider X is population per kilometer square in Rajasthan. Yeah. So now my proportion is how much? So for see, this is area and this is population. So now what I have area is Rajasthan is a 3 lakh kilometers. So I say 3 lakh kilometers square. And here population is 570 lakhs. Yeah, I am finding 1 kilometer square. Yeah. So what X is the population for 1 kilometer square? The population is X. Yeah. So now X divided by 1 equals to 570 lakhs divided by 3. Why I am saying 570 divided by 3? Because both of them are in lakhs. So 570 into 1 lakh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here 3 into 1 lakh, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, yeah. So why? So I can mention lakhs I mentioned separately and 570 I mentioned separately. So this lakh, 1 lakh here and this is gone. So 570 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3. 3. Then 3 nines are 27 and 0. So 190 is a value of X. X equals to 190. So what our answer is? So there are therefore 119 people in 1 square kilometer. 1 kilometer square in Rajasthan. Yeah. Now similarly, we do this for the UP. I consider Y for 1 kilometer square in UP. Again same area and population. Due to the size of the word restriction, I am putting the little shortcuts, short forms. So now what? How much is my population of UP? Is a 1660 lakhs. 1660 lakhs. And how much is the size of UP? 2 lakh kilometer. 2 lakh kilometer square. Y for 1 kilometer. So my population Y is for 1 kilometer square. So now Y divided by 1 equals to 1660 divided by 2. See here again, this is in lakhs and this is in lakhs, so I can put it 1660 divided by 2 straight away. Yeah. So now my value of Y comes out to be Y equal to 2 8s are 16, 2 3s are 6 and 0. So therefore 830 people per kilometer square. Yeah. So now UP is having 830 people per kilometer square and Rajasthan is having 190 people in 1 per kilometer square. So our second question, what it said? Which state is less populated? So we need to find which state is less populated. So now here if you see, the population here in Rajasthan in per kilometer square is 190. whereas in UP is 830. Therefore, Rajasthan is less populated. So we say Rajasthan is less populated than UP, as 830 people per square kilometer in UP and 190 people per square kilometer in Rajasthan. So when I'm solving this kind of a question, once you can pause the video. So when you start the video, when only question you see, you pause the video, try to solve it yourself. And once you complete solving, then you again play and then confirm your answers with the mine answers. And if you have a doubt, you can put it in comments as well. So here, see, two questions. I am using the same method. I am not using unitary method to maintain the consistency and to maintain the understanding of you. So here I am taking X as a value for the population. There I have taken Y as the value for the population. Okay. Now the next topic, percentages, which all of you are very familiar. Whenever you have a school results, people must be asking you a question: how many percent you scored? Why they ask how many percent you scored? They didn't ask how many marks you scored out of what. They ask you how many percent you scored. So what is percentage? Percentage are the numerator of fractions with denominator 0. So when I say 60%, so this comes out to be 60 on 100. Yeah. So you can say I scored 60 out of 100. So that comes out to be a 60%. When I say 20, that is a 20% means 20 out of 100. So now, why this is percentage is used? Suppose let's consider an example. Kalpana scored 300 out of 600 in one exam. Yeah, and then her sister Sheila scored 200 out of 300. Now, if we look at this, only what marks they scored, then we may think that Kalpana scored more marks than Sheila. So she is more talented compared to Sheila. But is that the true? No, that's not true. Since they have scored out of different number of marks. She appeared for 600 marks and then she managed to score 300. And here Sheila appeared as marks, the base marks was 300 and then she scored 200. So how can we find a common base for them to consider? So what we do, we find marks out of 100. Out of 100, how much they score, we find out. So how we do? Same using the proportion method. So now let's say I am explaining the Kalpana score. Yeah, Kalpana's case. Let's consider she scored X marks out of 100. We need to find out this X value. Yeah, which is nothing but a percentage or numerator of fractions. So how much out of 100 we always try to find out. That is a percent. So we say consider X. So now here marks and here is out of. How much she scored? 300 out of 600 and X out of 100. So same proportion I say x divided by 100 equals to 300 divided by 600. Yeah. So now here I am going to transpose x from left hand side to the right hand side. So my left hand side x equals to 300 divided by 600 into 100. So I say 6 5s are 30 and this 0. Right? So x equal to 50. So how much Sheila scored? Kalpana scored 50 out of x. 50 out of 100. Sorry, not x. So her scoring comes out to be 50%. Yeah. Now let's move on to Sheila's scoring. How much Sheila? Let's consider Sheila scored y marks out of 100. So now I am going to say marks and out of. So how much is got? 200 out of 300. And then we say y out of 100. Here again y divided by 100 is equal to 200 divided by 300. Yeah. So now I transpose this y onto the other side. So y equals to 200 divided by 300 into 100. So 100 ones are 100, 100 threes are 300. Yeah. So now I am going to divide 200 by 100. So 3 6 are 18. The remainder will be 2 plus 3 6 are 18, and then it will be 6 6. So my y's value is 66.66. Yeah. So Sheila scored how much? Sheila scored 66.66%. Now see, in actually total number of marks Kalpana scored more. But if you look at the percent, Sheila is scored higher percent compared to the Kalpana. So that's the reason percentage is mostly used to compare the quantity and to find the proportion or the value out of 100 of anything. Yeah. So as I mentioned, the percent is the value out of 100. So we say 60% is equal to 60 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.60. Yeah. Now say if I need to, this is the 60%. Yeah. Now if I say find 60% of 200. Yeah, my 60% is a 0.60. So what I am going to do, 200 into 60 divided by 100. That is 100 ones are 100, 100 into 2, 2 6 are 120. Got it? In other terms, how I am going to do? 200 into 0.60, which is again the same. You put 60 divided by 100 or you put a 0.60, comes out to be same. So here it comes out to be 6 2s are 12, 0 0, 6 2s are 60 2s are 120, and then these 2 0. Yeah, 1 2 1 2. Sorry, I take an extra. So 1 2, it comes out to be 120. Yeah, so 60 2s are 120 and these 2 zeros, and then 2 decimal places I did it. So it comes out to be 1200. Now the third, another example if you see. If I say find 25% of 800. So now how you are going to do? 800 into 25 divided by 100. Or you can say in other term, 800 into 0.25. Whichever you find it comfortable, you do it. By putting this, you just doing it a one step. That's it. Nothing more than that. So 25 is a 200. This 800 0. I put it 0. 2 decimal places 1 2. So it comes out to be 200. So a 25% of 800 is a 200. 60% of 200 is a 120. Yeah. So whichever, it's not that you only have to do that is in a large number than 100. So if I say, now take this example, I want to find 50% of 12. Yeah. So how I am going to do? 50% of 12. So I say 12 into 50 divided by 100. Yeah, so here it comes out to be 12, 50 ones are 50, 50 twos are 100. So into 1 upon 2, so equals to 12 divided by 2 equals to 6. So 50% of 12 comes out to be 6. You can find similarly. Now if I wish to say find 25% of 1. So how you are going to do? 25 in 25 divided by 100 into 1, or I rewrite it again to avoid the further confusion. 1 into 25 divided by 100. So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. So it comes out to be 1 divided by 4. That is 0.25. Yeah. So here so what I am trying to tell you is you can find percent value of the number which is less than 100 as well. 50% of 12 we find 6. 25% of 1 we find 0.25. Yeah. Note it down. Now we have found how to find percent of a given value. Now let's find it in other way. Say Sanjana scored, which we did similar sort of a things before. Sanjana scored 400 marks out of 500. Find how many percent she scored. Find her percentage. Even you can say find her percentage. In previous example, what we did, we found the percentage of a value. Yeah, we found 20% of 100, we found 60% of some number, we found 25% of 1. Now the value already know, we need to find the percent. Yeah, so now 400 into how much this is 400 marks, then how much it scored. So how we are going to calculate to find the percent? So here 400 she scored out of 500, and then you simply multiply by 100. Yeah, so how it comes out to be? 100 ones are 100, 100 fives are 500. 5 ones are 5, 5 eights are 40, and this 0 here. So it comes out to be 80. So how much Sanjana scored? Scored 80%. Yeah, now you understand. To find the percent, what I am doing? I am just multiplying it by 100. To find the percent value, what I am doing? I am finding 400 out of 500 she scored, and then I multiplied it 100. In other words, let's say just the way previously we said, let's consider X percent she scored. So how we will be saying 400 marks out of 500 and X out of 100. Therefore, we say X divided by 100 and equal to 400 divided by 500. Yeah, here I transpose X from left hand side to right hand side. 400 divided by 500 into 100. This is exactly I did in one step here by simply multiplying it by 100. Now let's understand with the another example. Yeah, shopkeeper gave rupees 20 discount on rupees 200 worth of shopping. Find percentage of discount. Here again the same. How much discount he gave? He gave a 20 rupees discount. On what amount he gave? On 200 he gave. So how I am going to write? 20 divided by 200 into 100. Right? So 100 ones are 100, 100 twos are 200. 2 ones are 2, 2 tens are 20. So it comes out to be 10. So how much discount he gave? He gave a 10% discount. You got it? So in previously what we did, we find the percent value. We were knowing the percent value and we find how much it comes out to be. Now we know how much it is given and we are finding the percent value. Yeah. So see here what I am doing, I am simply multiplying it by 100. So 20 divided by 200 into 100 comes out to be my percent value. Here 400 divided by 500. How much is scored? 400. How out of 500 into 100 give me a percent value. Okay. Now the example first. Out of 25 children in class, 15 are girls. And we need to find the percentage of girls in a class. So now how we are going to do? To find the percent, how many girls are there? 15. Divided by total number of children 25 into 100. Right? So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. So my next step is 15 into 4, that is 15 fours are 60. So 60% are girls. So therefore percentage of girls in class is 60%. What does this mean? That see, when there are 25 children, 15 are girls. If there are, when I say 60%, that means what it says, if there are 100 students, there will be a 60 girls. Yeah, I am representing the same numbers in terms of 100 here. When we find a percent, what exactly we do? We find how much will be the number out of 100. So here the total number of children are how many? 25, of which 15 girls. So if there are 100 students, how many will be the girls? 60 will be the girls. So that comes out to be 60% is a percentage of the girls in a class of 25. See example second. The survey of 14 children showed that 25% liked playing football, and we need to find how many children like playing football. So that they gave us a percent. In previous example, they gave the number of girls student in a class. Now they didn't give the number. They asked us to find the number of students like the football. Yeah. So now 25%. So what is 25%? 25% is the value 25 divided by 100. Right? So, and out of how many children we need to find? 40 children. So we say 40. Right? So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100, 4 ones are 4, 4 tens are 40. So it comes up to be 10. So how many? 10 students. Now let's solve it little differently, the way normally I do. Let's consider X student, X children like playing football. So what data they give? We say children like football, and total number of children. So first what they say, total number of, survey of 40. I consider X. So X out of 40 likes football. 25% like football. So I say 25 children out of 100. Percent is out of 100 value. So my here X divided by 40 is equal to 25 divided by 100. So now I am going to transpose this 40 from left hand side to the right hand side. So since it's a divided on the left hand side, it will be multiplied on the right hand side. So it comes out to be X equals to 25 divided by 100 into 40, which is exactly where we started. Yeah. So here it will be 40, 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100, and then 4 ones are 4, 4 tens are 40. So X equal to 10. So therefore 10 children, you can say, children like playing football. Like playing football. Now you must be confused which way to solve. Should we do this or this? If your question is of more than 1 mark, then you need to follow the steps. If your question is of just filling the blank or an objective, you use this method. When there is an objective exam, you have to choose the right or the wrong answer. That's only you need to do. So how many steps you follow and how you solve doesn't carry the marks. There is no marks for the steps. You use this method. But when you have a question which is more than 1 mark, there might be a marks for the steps as well. So you need to explain how it has been calculated. So you will be using this method. Now again, see here, understand that the survey of, they gave us a percent and asked us to find the number. In previous example, they gave us a number and we found the percent. Okay.